these blessings, these promises from God. It's a little box that I've got of cards. It's a box of blessings, it's called. And these are the promises from God for women, but I think some of them can be really good for men too. So let's see. If life hands you lemons, make lemon cupcakes. God is our refuge and strength, and ever-present help in trouble. Psalm 46, verse 1. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. This is a really good one. And I hope that when you get this, you're having a good day and that you enjoyed the interesting appeal of the solar eclipse yesterday and the meaning behind that, and obviously the overshadowing with regards to the fact that it was also the solemnity of the Annunciation of the Lord on the very same day, and nothing like that will be happening. Well, who knows if that'll ever happen again, if those two items will ever happen today and occur on the same day ever again. I don't know. But you never know, it's because here it says all things are possible with God. Mark chapter 10 verse 27. So maybe actually. May God send his love like sunshine in his warm and gentle way to fill each corner of your heart each moment of today. Okay? Right. Do one more. Though our feelings come and go, God's love for us does not, and that's from C.S. Lewis. And love is patient, love is kind, from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4. Love is patient, love is kind. Well, have you had people being patient and kind with you? Do you know love? Do you know that God is patient and kind with you? Always. And we are going to go and have a look at what's coming up here. I already prepared for a video that we would have, so I'm just going to have a wee look at my notes and double check. It was on this particular verse that came up: beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. And it was difficult to tell if this was a command or if it was something that was said ironically or through sarcasm. It became a little bit clearer as the time went on, but still it could be either or, and we're going to look at that today. Beat your plowshares into swords. Okay. I've got it here. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let's have a look at the context right. This is supposed to be something that is important for us today. So that's why I am going to be looking at it just now. Let's see. If I can find what I was writing about it. And we'll look round about just to get a little bit of a context as to why this is important for us. Honestly, when I first get these verses, I think, oh my goodness, like, what does this really mean? Because I'm not taking it from a a personal standpoint. This is really coming from just opening up the Bible, just being in surrender and or opening up to a specific place in scripture, and then that coming up as to be what we are to look at. So that's how it goes a lot of the time. Sometimes it does come up in terms of how I know that I really want to look at it, but other times it comes up like this. Let's see. Right, let's have a look round about, because oh no, wait there. We've got it. Right. Okay. All right. I didn't even say this. I've written this out. So welcome. Yeah, I did actually say. No, I did. Welcome to Vikki Elizabeth Semple on Luv Lighthouse once again. Today's message is I was going to read a completely different one. Here it is. Yeah, today's message, we are going to be talking about Joel 3 verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Now, initially, as I said, I didn't know if this was a command from God or indeed sarcasm. It could mean either or, and then when I looked at it a little bit closer, I got to see things became a little bit clearer. So before we get into this video, let's take another look at the promises from God cards, and I wanted to find one that was really important for this time. Let me see if I can find it again. Okay, whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. That's Psalm 91 verse 1. And if God brings you to it, He will bring you through it. Okay, so just before we go any further into this, because we're talking about let the weak say that they are strong, again, you could think, is this a command to the people of God, or is this a command to the Gentiles, to those who at the time didn't believe in God? It is not exactly too clear. So we're going to read round about it in just a minute or two. But just before we get there, we'll read from Joel 3 verse 1 and throughout to verse 21. God is basically saying that He is going to deal with Israel's enemies as well, though. So that's how it's also a little bit unclear. But anyway, for behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Sidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabeans, to a people far off. For the Lord hath spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves, and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Lord will be the hope of his people, and the strength of the children of Israel. So shall ye know that I am the Lord your God, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her any more. And it shall come to pass in that day, that the mountains shall drop new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and a fountain shall come forth of the house of the Lord, and shall water the valley of Shittim. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation, for I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion. Okay, so still to the end there are some questions that we might have about who it's for, but overall it sounds as if it is, more irony, more a little bit of sarcasm towards the Gentiles. Ultimately, what's going to happen is that even although these people are being gathered together, they think that they are getting ready for some sort of a war, some sort of combatant situation, that actually, in fact, no matter what they prepare for, what is going to happen is that the judgment of the Lord will be what they in fact face. That will be what is combatant with them. It does talk about a cleansing at the very end, so we also get this feeling that this process will be a purification process, that through that combatant energy, whatever is going to happen with these people, that there will be a cleansing of them. Some will feel like they're going through the fire, they're going through something really difficult with this combatant situation that they are getting ready for. But in the end, it will purify them. So it's not altogether destructive of those people of the Gentiles, of those people that are not believers in God, but it's something that will ultimately not just help Jerusalem, but help those to be better people that once fought against them. That's what I get from that. So what I think is, if you're watching this and you are maybe experiencing some situations whereby you have people who don't believe in God coming up against you for whatever reason, don't worry about it. God is going to take your side, and you will win overall. But in the process, do not be surprised if those that were once your enemies start to become a little bit more understanding of who you are, the place that you have come from, and actually get it a little bit more. And maybe even become your friend, your peer. You never know. That is the kind of thoughts that I have with regards to this, that's what I think it's for. I think it's for two different types of people. I think it's one for people that are of God, that believe in God, and that have maybe had this combatant energy or problems with others that are not of God, that we kind of talked about before, how there was this problem sometimes with people, of faith coming up against people not of the faith. But it's also for those people that aren't of the faith as well, this message today. So if you are just coming on a little bit later, please do rewind to the beginning and see if you listen to the rest of it all together, you'll get a holistic message overall. But ultimately, whatever side you are on in this, understand that ultimately, whoever dwells, just as we said earlier on, whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. And that's one that everyone on either side of this that we're talking about could really do with. But of course, this is more likely going to be a message that those that are with God are going to take more easily. So it is from Psalm 91, and it's verse 1. If God brings you to it, is maybe a little bit more of an easier one to understand if you're not from the faith in particular. If God brings you to it, he will bring you through it. Well, I suppose you still got to be a little bit of the faith, don't you? But there we go. That is what I've got for today. That is the message that is coming up. I hope you have a wonderful day. And let's see. That's it. If there's anything more. All right. Thank you so much. I think that's everything for now. Take care.